All right, let's talk about the technology that really felt like it changed the world overnight, ChatGPT. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down not just what it is, but why it matters so much. So, how fast did this thing take off? Well, it hit 1 million users in just 5 days. I mean, 5 days. To put that into perspective, that kind of growth is almost unheard of, even in the fast-moving world of tech. It wasn't just a product launch. It was a straight-up viral explosion.
And that's because this really wasn't just another app you download and forget about. It felt like a genuine cultural moment. For the very first time, this incredibly powerful conversational AI was put directly into the hands of the public, and literally everyone was scrambling to see what it could do.
What made it feel so different, so new? Well, unlike the voice assistants we were all used to, the ones that are great for setting a timer or maybe playing a song, ChatGPT could write poetry, it could debug computer code, it could explain quantum physics in simple terms. It was the sheer mind-boggling versatility that was the real game changer.
Okay, so that's the what happened, but what's actually going on under the hood? How does this thing work? Let's peel back the layers and take a look at the engine that's driving this whole revolution.
At its core, ChatGPT is what's known as a large language model, or an LLM for short. Now, the easiest way to think about it is like this. Imagine a digital library so vast it's almost unimaginable, built by reading a huge chunk of the entire internet. But here's the key. Instead of just storing books, it learned the patterns, the styles, and the connections between trillions and trillions of words.
So how does it learn? Well, it's a three-step process, really. First, it just ingests a colossal amount of text from the internet. Then, its main goal becomes getting incredibly good at a task that sounds simple but is profoundly complex, predicting the very next word in any given sentence. And once it masters that, it gets fine-tuned by real people. That final step, called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF, that's the secret sauce that makes it so conversational.
You can honestly think of it as the autocomplete feature on your phone, but just blown up to an incredible extreme. Instead of just guessing the next word you might type, it keeps guessing the most probable next word, and the next one, and the one after that, stringing them all together to generate entire sentences and paragraphs that are statistically likely to follow each other.
But of course, this didn't just appear out of nowhere. The journey really started way back with Alan Turing's theories in the 1950s, and continued with early, simple chatbots like Eliza. The real, honest-to-goodness breakthrough, though, happened in 2017 with a new AI design called the Transformer Architecture. That was the spark. That's what made these massive, powerful models possible.
So, that's the tech. That's the engine. Now let's get to the really fun part. What can this thing actually do? Let's look at the incredible capabilities that got millions of people so excited.
I mean, it's a true digital Swiss Army knife. It can be your creative partner, helping you draft emails or even write a script. It can be your coding companion, writing and fixing bugs. It can be your personal researcher, summarizing dense, complex topics in seconds. And it can be a brainstorming partner that, and this is key, never, ever runs out of new ideas.
Okay, and this is a really big but, this incredible power comes with a pretty significant dark side. And it is absolutely critical that we all understand the challenges and the dangers this technology brings to the table.
There are 4 big ones you really need to know about. First, it can hallucinate, which is a fancy way of saying it just confidently makes stuff up. Second, it can have algorithmic bias, reflecting the stereotypes it learned from the internet. Third, it's a scarily powerful tool for creating and spreading misinformation at scale. And finally, it has a knowledge cutoff, meaning it has no idea what happened in the world after its training ended.
Now, to really understand why it hallucinates, you have to go back to its core goal. The AI is designed to be statistically plausible. Its entire job is to create text that sounds correct based on the patterns it learned. It is not designed to be factually accurate, and that one single distinction is probably the most important thing you need to remember anytime you use it.
And what about that bias problem? Well, the AI is essentially a mirror. It reflects the vast ocean of data it was trained on, the internet. And that means it reflects all of our collective brilliance, but it also reflects and even amplifies our worst instincts, our ingrained societal stereotypes, and our prejudices. And that can lead to some genuinely harmful and biased outputs.
So, with all these amazing capabilities and these really serious challenges in mind, what does this all actually mean for us, for our future? Let's zoom out and look at the long-term implications.
We are staring down a massive societal shift.
There's no other way to put it. For a huge number of jobs, AI is going to become a kind of cognitive co-pilot. This, in turn, creates an urgent, immediate need to reskill our entire workforce, with a new focus on skills like creativity and critical thinking. And, as you might expect, it's sparking a global call for regulation to figure out how to manage the risks and ensure some level of transparency and accountability.
Which leaves us with the really big question, doesn't it? Are we just building a smarter tool, something to help us work better and faster? Or are we actually on the path to creating our potential successor, what some people call artificial general intelligence? It's a profound question, and it's one that all of us have a stake in answering.